The year was 1992. Sensex had grown by 4 times over the past year, which had never happened before. The Indian market on the surface seemed to be doing really well, and the spotlight was on one broker, Harshad Mehta. Any stock he touched skyrocketed. He quickly rose to fame, a master manipulator of stocks, being called the raging bull and the Amitabh Bachchan of the stock market, flaunting his array of luxury cars and a sea-facing penthouse. But little did people know that behind the scenes, India's biggest financial scam was taking place. This is the story of the scam of 1992. Harshad, a broker who had had great exposure to the stock market over the years, was smart enough to find loopholes in the system that could be used to his advantage. What he took advantage of in particular was the ready forward deal. A ready forward deal gives a bank the ability to take short-term loans from another bank. How this played out was as follows. Suppose Bank A wanted a loan of 100 crores from Bank B. Bank B would then give the loan to Bank A in return for 100 crores worth of government securities in the form of a bank receipt from Bank A. Then, after a time period of say 15 days, Bank A would pay back the loan plus interest and get its securities back. Sounds simple, but at the time this exchange was done through a broker. This is what Harshad took advantage of. He would receive the money in his account from Bank B and in return would give the bank receipt from Bank A to Bank B. But then instead of transferring the funds to Bank A, he would bet it on shares in the stock market. He would then withdraw the money, transfer the intended funds to Bank A, taking the profits for himself. A smart exploit of the lack of regulations at the time, potentially making him hundreds of thousands of crores. After rinsing and repeating this process, Harshad took this a step further. He bribed a couple of corrupt top officials of some banks and started issuing fake bank receipts for these transactions. This was a risky move since if the bank wasn't able to pay the loan back, there would be no securities and it would potentially expose the scam. The banks that he involved were the Bank of Karad and the Metropolitan Cooperative Bank. As Harshad and his allies grew more and more successful, making hundreds upon hundreds of crores from the stock market, suspicion grew among a few people. One of them was Suchita Dalal, a financial editor at the Times of India. She picked the story up when she discovered that 500 crores were missing from SBI's account. Soon, word got out that Harshad Mehta could be a fraud. And when this happened, the stock market quickly started going down and then crashed. Harshad faced a lot of loss and because of it couldn't pay the banks back. That meant that the securities fraud would get exposed. And when the story came out, Harshad was charged with 72 criminal offences and more than 600 civil action lawsuits were filed against him. He and his family members were banned from the stock exchange, and on 9th November 1992, Mehta and his brother were arrested by the CBI. Harshad was definitely an intelligent man who figured out how to exploit loopholes and the lack of regulations in the system. After several investigations by various different teams, it was concluded that the money lost was anywhere between 5,000 to 12,000 crores. That's a lot of money. After this scam, many different regulations were put into place. As of Harshad, he faced 5 years of rigorous imprisonment in Thane. Lots of names came forward of people who were involved, and many found a way out. And on 31st December 2001, Harshad Mehta passed away allegedly by a heart attack while undergoing several trials. However, there are many theories about his cause of death. What amazes me is the amount of support he has gotten from the public after his story was made popular once again with the television series Scam of 1992. For a man who allegedly caused thousands of crores of loss for the banks and the public combined, the support has been immense. The argument being that he only exploited the existing loopholes in the system and did not commit any fraud. Every single YouTube video that I have watched to research for this video has its comment section filled with praise and support for Harshad, but the same cannot be said for Suchita Dalal. Perhaps there are a lot of moving parts to the story that I have not talked about in this video, and of course, I would appreciate you adding more to this in the comments below. Hope you enjoyed this video, leave a like and subscribe. See you soon.